Hello everyone, my name is Uzair. Let's talk about food, not just any food, but the food you eat every single day. Think about your breakfast this morning. Maybe you had a sandwich or maybe you had a warm plate of nasi lemak. Have you ever wondered where the ingredient came from? Did the rice came from a paddy field in Kedah or did it travel thousands of miles from a farm in Thailand or India? In today's world, our food travel a lot. This is what we call the globalization of food. Simply put, globalization means the world has become one giant supermarket. Countries trade food with each other very quickly and easily. Because of this, you can go to a supermarket in Malaysia and buy apple from South Africa, beef from Australia and garlic from China. As a culinary arts student, I see this every day. In our commercial kitchens, we use a lot of imported ingredients. It is very easy and convenient. We have so many choices. But this makes me think of a very important question. If we buy everything from other countries, what happens to our own farmers here in Malaysia? In this video, I will talk about how globalization affects our local food production. I will explain the food, the good and the bad side of it, and see how it changed our economy and our food culture. Let's look at how food is produced today. A long time ago, people only ate what could grow in their own village. If you wanted vegetables, you grew them in your backyard. But today, because of high demand, farming has become a huge global business. This globalization brings both good and bad news for our economy. The good news is that Malaysian businesses can sell our local product to the world. We can export our Musang King durian or our palm oil to other countries and make money. But there is a very sad reality for our local farmers, especially those who grow vegetables. Imagine a hard-working farmer in Cameron Highland. He wakes up early in the morning to grow cabbage and chilies. He has to pay for expensive fertilizers, foreign workers and transport. When his vegetables reach the market, they have to compete with imported vegetables from China or Vietnam. These imported vegetables are usually sold at a much cheaper price. Why? Because those big countries produce them in massive amounts, which make their costs very low. So when a normal customer or a restaurant owner goes to the market, they will naturally choose the cheaper imported vegetables to save money. Because of this price competition, our local farmers are suffering sometimes. They have to throw away tons of good fresh vegetables because nobody wants to buy them. It is very hard for small traditional farmers to survive. If this continues, they might have to close their farms and find other jobs. To make this easier to understand, let us talk about something very Malaysian loves. Rice. We eat rice for breakfast, lunch and dinner. It is our most important staple food. Did you know that Malaysia does not produce enough rice for everyone? We only produce about 60 to 70% of what we need. For the rest, we have to import it from countries like Thailand, Vietnam and India. This means we rely heavily on the global food system just to feed our country. Recently, we faced a huge problem. You might remember the news about the rice shortage. Because of global issue and bad weather, India decided to stop exporting their white rice to other countries. At the same time, our currency became weaker. Suddenly, the price of imported white rice jumped very high. A bag of imported rice became too expensive for many families. Because of this, everyone rushed to the supermarket to buy our local white rice, which is much cheaper because the government controls the price. But here is the problem. Our local farmer could not produce enough rice to meet this sudden panic buying. So the local rice disappeared from the shelf. People were angry and worried. This story is a perfect example of why depending too much on globalization is dangerous. When we rely on other countries for our best food, we put our food security at risk. Food security means having enough food for everyone at all times. If the global supply chains break down or if another country decided not to to sell to us, we will struggle to feed our own families. Now, let us talk about our culture. Food and culture are best friends. Our identity as Malaysian is deeply connected to the food we cook and eat. But what happens when the ingredients in our traditional recipe change? Let's use nasi lemak as an example again. Nasi lemak is our national dish. The soul of nasi lemak is the rice cooked in coconut milk, the spicy sambal, and the crunchy peanut and the fried anchovies or ikan bilis. But today, because it is cheaper, many food stall owners use imported ingredients. The rice might be from Thailand, the peanut might be from India, the dried chili for sambal might be from China, and ikan bilis might be from Vietnam. If almost every ingredient in the nasi lemak comes from another country, it is still a truly authentic Malaysian dish. Does it still have the same traditional taste that our grandparents used to make? Globalization makes us question our food identity. It is true that globalization brings exciting new trends. We get fusion nasi lemak like nasi lemak burgers or adding cheese to everything. This is creative and fun. But at the same time, we must be careful not to lose our original roots. As local ingredients become harder to find or too expensive to buy, traditional cooks are forced to adapt. Slowly, we might lose the authentic flavors that make Malaysian food so special. In conclusion, globalization in our food system is not 100% bad. We cannot run away from it. It gives us a lot of choice, efficiency, and allows us to taste good food from all over the world. However, we need to find a healthy balance. We cannot let the convenience of cheap imported food destroy our local food production. If we let our local farmer go bankrupt, we lost more than just agriculture businesses. We lost our ability to feed ourselves, and we lost a very important part of our culture. As consumers, and especially as future professionals in the culinary industry, we have a big role to play. We should try our best to support local farmers. When you go to the market, try to buy local produce, even if it costs a little bit more. We should also encourage our government to protect and help our agriculture sector. If we support local food, we keep our economy strong, we ensure our food security, and we protect the truly taste of Malaysia for the next generation. We can enjoy the benefit of globalization, but we must never forget to take care of our own first. Thank you so much for watching my presentation.